Trustee Katsinas.
Here.
Trustee Milani.
Here.
Trustee Compass.
Here.
Trustee Reardon.
Here.
Trustee Radishevsky.
Here.
Mayor Pica.
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the January 17th, 2022 Committee of the Whole minutes.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Radishevsky.
I move to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of the Committee of the Whole, January 17, 2022.
Second.
Call the roll.
Trustee Radishevsky.
Aye.
Trustee Milani.
Aye.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Compass.
Aye.
Trustee Reardon.
Aye.
Mayor Pica.
Aye.
Vector Vacuum Excavator, Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing, contract number 122017-FSC.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Compass.
I move to recommend to the Village Board the purchase of a TruVac Paradigm Hydro Excavator under the cooperative pricing with Standard Equipment Company of Elmhurst, Illinois, in an amount of not to exceed $322,644, and authorize the village manager to execute all related contracts subject to village attorney review.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Joel, this is just a replacement, correct?
Actually, this is a newer one but it's smaller. So one of the things we had in plan for a couple of years now is to get this piece of vehicle, but we kind of put it on hold to do the fleet assessment. And so this piece of vehicle can do the Vector piece, because the Vector of the larger vehicle we currently have, it really needs to be rodding and doing the sewer lines. By us using the larger piece, it doesn't allow that other excavating to occur.
Okay.
And we're going to be using it for the work when we do the meter replacements in the future. So we'll need this piece of equipment. B-boxes need to be excavated, and it'll be less impact to people's houses.
Okay, great. You mentioned the fleet assessment, and George, I know we might normally talk about this just one-on-one, but since the whole board's here, probably could hear it. On the fleet assessment, we were going to have all the departments review the vehicles we don't need, because we know that we can pretty much identify those pretty quickly. Have we done that?
So it's a good segue. There's two people we'd like to introduce, and maybe Joel, if you want to introduce them.
Sure. We have two new employees in Public Works. The first person, please stand, Jack Nevin. He's our street operations manager. He comes from the IDOT background, and we are so glad to have him on our team as our street operations manager.
Hi, Jack.
Welcome.
Welcome. And the second person, this ties to what you guys were talking about, Andy Folkerts. He is our new fleet manager. So he's great to have him on board, and he came from the shop at Waste Management, so heavy equipment and so forth. So we are so glad he's here, and now we can start evaluating and looking for those vehicles that we can get rid of in the fleet.
Good to see you again, Andy. You drinking from a fire hose?
Yeah, with Andy on board now, once when everything settles down, we're going to task him with that responsibility.
Okay, great. Any other questions? Call the roll.
Trustee Compass.
Aye.
Trustee Radishevsky.
Aye.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Milani.
Aye.
Trustee Reardon.
Aye.
Mayor Pica.
Aye.
Centennial Park Aquatic Center slides update.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Compass.
I move to recommend to the Village Board to authorize village manager to enter into a contract for option A, interior and exterior refurbishment for all CPAC slides per the proposal by Whitewater West Industries Limited for $536,996 plus a 3% contingency of $16,109.88 for a total not to exceed $553,105.88.
Second.
That was easy for you to say. Can you show us the presentation?
Ray's going to give it,
It's a brief presentation here. So Centennial Park Aquatic Center has 8 slides. The majority of the slides are body slides. There's one that is just a tube slide. This past year, Public Works initiated a study of the slides to ensure their safety from Whitewater Industries. They're the manufacturer of the slide. When they did the inspection, they discovered that the slide supports are in very good condition. The composite laminate material is in very good condition. The posts, applied coating exterior is in fair condition but acceptable condition, but the interior surfaces are in poor condition. So back in 2015, the slides were painted.
Back a slide.
In 2015, the slides were painted. Normally when you paint slides like this, it should be spray painted, professionally done, and these were just roller painted as you would in your own home, and that's really not the proper way to do it. Initially, in the first couple of years, there was a fair amount of grit on those slides, and we had to do quite a bit of sanding, and there was abrasion to people's bodies as they slid down the slides. We haven't had anything recent, but this study reveals that it is in unsafe condition. So the gel coating on there is deemed as unsafe. There are some slivers on there, and so you can have some injury as going down the slide. So we're trying to avoid that injury, and that was documented in that report.
So I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but 2015, we made the brilliant decision to improperly paint these.
In 2015, all the slides were white, and we were asked to add some color to the slides. So we ended up painting the slides, and we hired just a regular painter and didn't do it right.
Okay, so yet another doing something in a half a way.
Wasn't quite right.
Okay, just to be clear.
So there are 4 options that we can engage in to do the slides. The one we're recommending is option A, and that would be to repair the interior and the exterior. That includes a gel coating of the interior. That would cost approximately a little over $500,000 and would get us another 15 to 20 years on the slide. So each of the slides is 20 to 30 years old. The manufacturer tells us that with proper maintenance, we can get 30 to 50 more years. So we think this is an economical way to go. We could replace the slides, start all over again. That would cost in excess of $1 million. We still have to do that proper maintenance. And I think, Joel, the lifespan on those was still, the structure is still long-term, but you still have to do that maintenance. So you're really not getting a lot more out of it just by replacing those slides. Option C is just to do the interior of the slides. So the exteriors, which are still peeling and in disrepair, would have to be done on an annual basis, and that would be fairly costly. And then option D is a mix of repairing the interiors of the slides and replacing some of the slides, so planning long-term. By going with option A, you really preserve the interior of the slide. You keep those slides safe for the riders. You have that gel coat, and then what we want to do is add a cost of approximately $6,000 a year. That starts a pre-season refurbishing or cleanup of the slides, a reapplication of that gel coat or cleaning up that gel coat, and then a post-season treatment that protects the slide during the off-season. So that would, to us, that is the best recommendation.
And Ray, with option A, it'll all be done prior to this swim season.
That is the goal, right? If you were to replace the slides, then we potentially would have to take some slides out of service for this summer, and we'd aim for a replacement.
And we'd still have the issue.
You'd still have the issue. Yep.
Okay. Any questions or comments? This seems like the best option. It buys us many years of service and, for half the cost.
At a future meeting, there will be a budget amendment.
Okay. Call the roll.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Rashewski?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Milani?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Mayor Peacock?
Aye.
Do we have any non-scheduled citizens and visitors?
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Call the roll.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Milani?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Trustee Rashewski?
Aye.
Mayor Peacock?
Aye.
Trustee Healy.
Here.
Trustee Katsinas.
Here.
Trustee Malani.
Here.
Trustee Compass.
Here.
Trustee Reardon.
Here.
Trustee Radiszewski.
Here.
Mayor Pico.
Here. And Trustee Reardon, can you state the reason why you're remote?
Yeah, I'm out of town for work.
Thank you very much.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the January 17th, 2022 regular meeting minutes.
Mr. Mayor,
Trustee Katsinas.
I move to approve the minutes of the Board of Trustee meeting of January 17th, 2022.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Compass.
Aye.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Malani.
Aye.
Trustee Reardon.
Aye.
Trustee Radiszewski.
Aye.
Mayor Pico.
Aye.
Community Pride Awards, St. Michael Cheerleaders.
So tonight, we're going to honor the St. Michael cheerleaders who won the ICAA State Championship in Springfield, Illinois, and it's the 18th state title for St. Michael's varsity cheerleading squad. So congratulations. Before we play the video, I just want to congratulate all of the girls for all of their very hard work, because I know that to do this and to win the state championship, it requires a lot of dedication, it requires discipline, and it requires a lot of effort. So congratulations on that. All of those traits will help you in life, trust me. Go ahead and start the video. So before I give the Community Pride Award, I'll open it up to the board if they have any comments they'd like to make.
Mr. Mayor,
Trustee Katsinas.
just wanted to say what an accomplishment for the young ladies. Your hard work paid off, but you should also thank your parents. All the time and effort and energy they put into getting you to be state champions. So congratulations.
Any other comments? So it's my pleasure to present this Community Pride Award. Again, the hard work and dedication required to do this is not lost on any of us, and also all the hard work and dedication from the parents definitely not lost on any of us who have kids. So definitely thank your parents for all that work. And this will be something that you will remember for your entire life. So enjoy it. Believe it or not, you will look back on it fondly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to name all of the girls, and as I name them, please come on up. And then we'll come down and I'll present you the award and take pictures. So first, head coach Becky Weslow. Assistant coaches Kim Williams. And Amy Weslow. Addison Aguinaga. That's a big trophy to be carrying. There you go. Good idea. It's bigger than Alexandra Ball. Adriana Doherty. Ashley Fahey. Quinn Fahey, Reese Guzzior, Shannon Haring, Violet Hassan, Hope Kolstead, Abby Kovac, Kate Major, Jenna McAdams, Mary Margaret McCarthy, Ainsley Messina, Mackenzie Much, Savannah Much, Gracie Rybeck, Lily Spano, Sarah Tadovich, Brooklyn Wojciechowski, Julia Yack. Congratulations to all of you. Come on down. So Coach Wesel, I'd like to present with the Community Pride Award, presented to the 2021 St. Michael's School Varsity Cheerleaders, presented in recognition of being named the winner of the 2021 ICAA State Competition Champions.
Oh, yeah. Check it out.
Right here. Everybody? Very well, good. Thank you.
I might be wrong. Back just to look at it.
What's that?
Hurts my
Oh, no kidding. Well, I'm thinking I can't remember what I had for breakfast.
Oh, yeah, she's great. I mean, her mother used to be a principal at for my kids. This is Baumgarten.
Next.
Accounts payable approval.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Healy.
I move to approve the accounts payable from January 18th, 2022 through February 7th, 2022 in the amount of $5,309,585.40.
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Malani.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Compass.
Aye.
Trustee Reardon.
Aye.
Trustee Rashevsky.
Aye.
Mayor Pico.
Aye.
Consent agenda.
Item A, payroll approval. Item B, 2 Old Tamarack Lane Battles Residence annexation. Item C, 2 Old Tamarack Lane Battles Residence zoning map amendment. Item D, authorize the sale of 1 police vehicle to Village of Phoenix, Illinois. Item E, Vector Vacuum Excavator Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Contract number 122017-FSC. Item F, Mini Academy 2, development petition for subdivision map amendment, site plan, elevations, and landscape plan. Item G, Boley Farm/farm stand rental agreement. Item H, resolution authorizing release of mortgage, release of promissory note, mutual release. Item I, an ordinance amending Title 7, Chapter 18, Section 7-18-16 fee of the Orland Park Municipal Code regarding the allocation of video gaming license fees due to the Village of Orland Park, Cook and Will Counties, Illinois. Item J, 153rd Street and Ravinia Avenue intersection improvements, amendment number 1 to Phase 1 contract. Item K, Orland Park Health and Fitness Center treadmills. Item L, Payless Hospital Rehabilitation Services lease.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Compass.
I move to approve items A through L of the consent agenda.
Second.
Call the roll.
Trustee Compass.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Malani.
Aye.
Trustee Reardon.
Aye.
Trustee Rashevsky.
Aye.
Mayor Pico.
Aye.
Telecommunications staff augmentation services.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Malani.
move to approve a contract with Client First Consulting Group, LLC, through the Interlocal Purchasing System, TIPS, Purchasing Cooperative Contract for Consulting and Other Related Services, number 200601, for the cost of $87,858 plus an $8,786 contingency for a total not to exceed amount of $96,644, and to authorize the village manager to execute all related contracts subject to village attorney review.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Malani.
Aye.
Trustee Compass.
Aye.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Reardon.
Aye.
Trustee Rashevsky.
Aye.
Mayor Pico.
Aye.
Soils and Materials Testing and Engineering RFP Award.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Rashevsky.
I move to approve the proposal from Construction and Geotechnical Material Testing, Inc. of Elk Grove Village, Illinois for soils and material testing and engineering in the amount not to exceed $25,000 in 2022 and subject to board-approved budget amounts in 2023 and 2024, and to authorize the village manager to execute all related contracts subject to village attorney review.
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Compass.
just a very minor point. So to whoever on staff that put together the side-by-side cost comparison, thank you for that. It made reviewing these proposals a whole lot easier, so just wanted to say that.
Call the roll.
Trustee Rashevsky?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Mayor Pico?
Aye.
RFP 22-002, CPAC vertical turbine pump replacement.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Malani.
move to approve awarding the contract for RFP 22-002 CPAC vertical turbine pump replacement to Robe Incorporated of Chicago, Illinois, in the amount of $107,060 plus a 10% contingency of $10,706 for a total contract amount not to exceed $117,776 and authorize the village manager to execute all contracts subject to village attorney review.
Second.
Any comments? So the public knows there was a bidder that was lower. We're choosing this bidder because we did work with this bidder in 2021 and we had several issues with the low bidder, correct?
Correct.
And so we're concerned about the project not being completed properly.
Correct.
Okay, that's, I'll trust your judgment on that. Call the roll.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Trustee Rashevsky?
Aye.
Mayor Pico?
Aye.
RFP 22-001, CPAC VGBA upgrades.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Katsinas.
I move to approve awarding RFP 22/001 to Robe Inc. of Chicago, Illinois, in the amount of $47,975 plus a 10% contingency of $4,797.50 for a total amount not to exceed $52,772.50, and to authorize the village manager to execute all contracts subject to the village attorney review.
Second.
Any comments?
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Compass.
minor thing, I think it might be a typo, I just want to confirm it. The briefing mentioned that we're awaiting permits from IPDH, but the information on that said that they were submitted in December of 2020. I believe that was probably supposed to be 2021, is that correct?
2021. Sorry
Okay,
about that.
thank you. That's all I need to know.
Any other comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Rashevsky?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Mayor Pico?
Aye.
Streets equipment, goods purchase and delivery.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Compass.
I move to waive bidding and approve the purchase of two Gregory TTMA-200 traffic attenuators from Traffic Control and Protection Incorporated of Bartlett, Illinois, for an amount not to exceed $48,600 per quote 24436 dated January 26, 2022, and to waive bidding and approve the purchase of two Solar Tech Silent Messenger 3 message boards from Traffic Control and Protection Incorporated of Bartlett, Illinois, for an amount not to exceed $38,670 per quote 24435 and dated January 26, 2022, and to approve the use of Sourcewell contract number 032119-JDC for quote 259-20313 dated January 28, 2022 from AHW LLC of Elburn, Illinois, for a purchase of delivery of one John Deere 333G skid steer with 60-inch heavy-duty forks in an amount not to exceed $74,789, and authorize the village manager to execute all related contracts subject to village attorney review.
Second.
And could you just fill us in as to why we're waiving the bidding process? Just a quick summary.
Yes, the traffic attenuators, we purchased one last year, so we're trying to match all the inventory that we have at Public Works, so we were getting the two additional ones this year, and so we're getting it from the same vendor in that situation. Plus, it's a very specialized kind of piece of equipment. There's not a lot of vendors out there for this. Also, for the second one, the solar, the PCMS boards, again, very specific. There's only one vendor in Chicagoland area that sells those. And so we have very limited amount of being able to get quotes.
And man, our skid steer is getting expensive since I last bought one.
Yes, I was looking at the old skid steer that was back in 2003 and how much it's changed. Yeah.
Any other comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Trustee Radiszewski?
Aye.
Mayor Pico?
Aye.
Public Works Vehicle Lifts Purchase and Installation.
Mr. Chairman.
Trustee Malani.
Move to approve the proposal from Genuine Parts Company, Napa Integrated Business Solutions for the purchase and installation of 2 new vehicle lifts in the amount of $48,318.82, plus a 10% contingency of $4,831.88, for a total amount not to exceed $53,150.70, and authorize the village manager to execute all related contracts subject to village attorney review.
Second.
Any comments?
Mr. Chairman?
Trustee Healy?
I was wondering, Genuine Napa Auto Part, I thought they were a parts supplier as opposed to a contractor doing installations.
They have an arm that does that type of work as well. So lifts are a common thing for the vehicle bays, and so that's why they do sell them and then also install them as well.
And was this competitively?
We actually did. Last year, we got one of the lifts operating again, and so we looked at Napa's, and then we also looked at a couple other vendors last year. It was below $25,000 though, and Napa was the cheapest last year. So we're getting 2 additional ones at that same price.
But I'm just wondering, could they sub out the contracting of it themselves, or do they have to self-perform it?
Could they? I guess they could, but I think with their pricing is less when they use their in-house installers versus going out to somebody else.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
And curious, how did this compare to what we budgeted?
Right on target.
Because we're using the same.
Correct.
Okay.
So when we put together the figures.
Great. Any other comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Radiszewski?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Mayor Pico?
Aye. And I'm sure you're going to be very happy to have all the lifts operating.
Absolutely.
Great.
Ordinance authorizing the development of a financing plan for general obligation bonds, Series 2022.
Mr. Chairman?
Trustee Healy?
I move to adopt an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance Authorizing the Development of a Financing Plan for General Obligation Bonds, Series 2022."
Second.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Trustee Radiszewski?
Aye.
Mayor Pico?
Aye.
An ordinance providing for the issuance of not to exceed $12,500,000 general obligation bonds, Series 2022 of the Village of Orland Park, Cook and Will Counties, Illinois, for the purpose of financing various capital improvements, providing for the levy and collection of a direct annual tax sufficient for the payment of the principal and of the interest on said bonds, and providing the sale of said bonds to the purchaser thereof.
Mr. Chairman?
Trustee Healy?
I move to adopt an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance Providing for the Issuance of Not to Exceed $12,500,000 General Obligation Bond, Series 2022 of the Village of Orland Park, Cook and Will Counties, Illinois, for the purpose of financing various capital improvements, providing for the levy and collection of a direct annual tax sufficient for the payment of the principal and interest of said bonds, and providing for the sale of said bonds to the purchaser thereof."
Second.
Any comments? And the only comment I'll make is this was discussed significantly in the budget the budget hearings and the capital program that were associated with it, which is very robust, as we continue to play catch-up and hopefully are going to be caught up relatively soon, but we've been doing so for several years. So, and we're in this position because of some outstanding financial decisions we've made over the last 3 or 4 years that we can do this. Call the roll.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Radiszewski.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Malani.
Aye.
Trustee Compass.
Aye.
Trustee Reardon.
Aye.
Mayor Pico.
Aye.
Temporary human resources staffing services.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Compass.
I move to approve the employee leasing agreement for temporary staffing services with GovTemps USA LLC for an interim HR specialist and an interim Parks and Recreation specialist for the Human Resources Department at a rate of $91 per hour for 10 to 30 hours per week from February 8th, 2022 through August 12th, 2022, and approve and authorize the village manager to execute said agreement subject to village attorney review.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Compass.
Aye.
Trustee Radiszewski.
Aye.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Malani.
Aye.
Trustee Reardon.
Aye.
Mayor Pico.
Aye. So we skipped over the mayor's report, and normally I don't speak during the mayor's report, but this time I'm going to. And tonight I'm commenting during this report specifically on the 2023 proposed budget from Governor Pritzker. The budget calls for $45.38 billion in spending for fiscal year 2023. This represents a 17.8% increase in spending during his first term. To keep this in mind, during this same time frame, Orland Park has reduced its operating expenditures by 14%. The governor also calls for a freeze of the motor fuel tax at 39.2 cents per gallon. Let's not forget that when he took office, it was 19 cents a gallon. The governor is also calling for a 1-year suspension on the 1% sales tax on groceries and a one-time property tax rebate from the state. These are election year gimmicks that are trying to buy your vote. One, the grocery tax goes to municipalities, not to the state. Two, the state of Illinois doesn't collect property taxes. Three, the biggest reason that citizens' property taxes remain high is because the state doesn't keep its promises and refuses to fix a broken pension system. Specifically with regard to Orland Park, the Local Government Distributive Fund, LGDF, was agreed to be 10% when the Illinois income tax was first put into place over 50 years ago. This has been reduced to 6%, which directly costs Orland Park taxpayers approximately $5 million per year. While Orland Park has and can absorb this, and we still have managed to reduce our property tax rates by 30% over the last 5 years, most other municipalities don't have the resources to make that happen, and they've increased their property taxes to make up the shortfall. Aside from the doubling of the motor fuel tax, remember the governor also implemented a trade-in vehicle tax, an increase in vehicle registrations by $50, and a truck registrations by $100 in the first year of his term. I also want to remind you that in the last election, he personally spent $70 million in an attempt to pass a referendum to increase your taxes with the largest potential tax hike in Illinois history. Don't be fooled. It's an election year, and he's trying to bribe you with your own money for your vote. Instead of one-year election gimmicks, I call on the governor to do the following. Fully restore the LGDF, which is almost unanimously supported by municipalities throughout the state. Eliminate the grocery tax completely, which should be able to, all the municipalities will be able to afford because they've got their full LGDF back. Roll back the vehicle and truck registration increases. Eliminate the vehicle trade-in tax. Reduce income taxes back to the 2011 levels over the next 3 years. Fix the broken pension system. And make the cuts necessary to balance the budget without additional debt or new taxes, just like we've done here in Orland Park. We've shown it can be done. The state should be able to do it too. Thank you.
Non-scheduled citizens and visitors? We don't have any? And board comments.
Board comments. I'm going to do something a little different tonight, too. I'm going to speak first, and then I will also speak last, but I may steal some thunder, but so be it. By now, you know that on Friday night, a Sangamon County Court judge granted a temporary restraining order, TRO, eliminating the mask mandate for schools and allowing school boards to set their own policies. As of tonight, District 230 and 135 have made masking optional. I call on Districts 140, 146, and the private schools in Orland Park to do the same. I want to remind you that in August of 2021, this board unanimously passed a resolution calling for this very action. I also want to point out that last week, Governor Pritzker issued his 100th executive order on COVID. 100. Approaching 700 days of emergency declarations when by law he has only 30 days of that power. The judge in this ruling said it best. The arbitrary method as to contact tracing and masking in general continue to raise fair questions as to the legality of executive orders in light of violations of healthy children's substantive due process rights. Statutory rights have attempted to be bypassed through the issuance of executive orders and emergency rules. This type of evil is exactly what the law was intended to constrain. Aside from the TRO, in the last few weeks, several new pieces of information have come out and been made public. The Supreme Court ruled that the OSHA vaccine mandate was unconstitutional. The CDC released a study that indicated that a person who had natural immunity from COVID was between 2.6 to 2.9 times less likely than a vaccinated person to get a new infection of COVID. The CDC study also reported that a person with natural immunity was 1.7 times less likely to be hospitalized than a vaccinated person. A Johns Hopkins study indicated lockdown orders had little to no effect on COVID-19 mortality rates, reducing them by just 0.2%. The same study indicated shelter-in-place orders reduced mortality rates by only 2.9%. Remember in March of 2020? A few of you are on the board at that time, when Governor Pritzker closed parks and said to stay home. The Village of Orland Park refused. We left our parks open and said that being outdoors and fresh air was good. We were right. He also locked down businesses. The village and other municipalities pushed him to open. The governor ridiculed those who disagreed with his lockdown for not being doctors. All of us were right. There was no data to support these decisions then, and the data clearly shows that these lockdowns were wrong. Do you remember when IDPH and Cook County DPH could not provide PPE for doctors and medical professionals, resulting in a lack of medical care? I do. The Village of Orland Park created the Masks for Medical program and sourced KN95 masks for our medical professionals, allowing them to reopen. Now the Biden administration is providing free masks. Newsflash, we're paying for them. They're not free. However, suddenly they acknowledge that the masks that work are N95 and KN95 masks, something we knew and have been saying for 2 years. Remember when the state of Illinois and Cook County refused to provide vaccine doses to the Village of Orland Park in March of 2021? I do. I know that a few board members do and staff does. Our village stepped up and sourced these shots from private pharmacies, providing over 1,300 doses to senior citizens and educators throughout Orland Park and neighboring towns. We also provided transportation for those who needed it. Lockdowns don't work. Restricting businesses doesn't work. Mandates don't work. This isn't hindsight from me or from the village board. The Village of Orland Park passed resolution after resolution stating opposition to these actions each time. Instead, we provided our businesses and residents with information, allowing them to make the best decisions for themselves, their families, and their businesses. We stepped in and solved problems created by ineffective state and county agencies. Our results speak for themselves. Orland Park has higher vaccination rates than the state or the county without enforcing mandates. And in spite of an older than average population, Orland Park continues to have lower case rates than both the county or the state. It is time for the governor to follow the data, the facts, and the Constitution. Stop issuing emergency orders and allow residents, businesses, and communities to make decisions that are best for them, like it should have been all along. I want to thank you to all of the trustees for having the courage to follow the Constitution. It was not easy. We have all been personally attacked and received vile emails and comments. Time has proven all of you right, and the residents should rightfully be proud to have you representing them. Those are my comments for now, and now I'll open it up to board comments. Trustee Compass.
Good evening. So just a reminder, our Neighborhood Watch program wherein residents can register their contact information for video camera footage has officially started now. So if you have any external cameras on your home, I would highly encourage you to sign up at orlandpark.org/watch. And just a reminder, this does not give the police direct access to your footage. It's merely a time-saving mechanic so that it allows our investigators to know and quickly notify you if footage that you have will help us to solve a crime. So please, I'd encourage everyone, if you don't have cameras, I'd also encourage you to go out and get some of those as well. The pricing has gotten a lot more attractive over time. I'd also like to say thank you to all the teams involved in snow removal last week. I know that Public Works, Recreation, Police, and others prepared and executed very well for what was a significant amount of snowfall. I heard from multiple residents that they were very happy with the response. My family and I, we were lucky enough to stay huddled indoors throughout that time, but we greatly appreciate all those that gear up and hit the roads during these bad conditions. And again, to our residents regarding that, this is another reminder that any time that we have 2 inches or more of snowfall, please ensure that your vehicles have been removed from the roadways. Despite multiple notifications, and Chief, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we had about 100 offenders that we had to write tickets for this past week. So I believe I can safely say that Public Works hates to leave portions of the streets unplowed due to this. I know that the police would much rather be doing higher priority activities, but I don't know if many offenders are probably listening to me right now, but if you are, please, for the safety of your neighbors, for the safety of our plow drivers, and for our mail carriers, I had to help a mail carrier out of the snow just past week. Please keep our streets clear of cars after a snowfall. Thanks.
Trustee Reardon.
Thanks. I would echo Sean's comments about the thank you to the Public Works. I actually had to travel around for kids' activities those couple of days, and the difference was stark between Orland Park and some of the other neighboring towns. So we do a great job with that, so thank you. Second, as a cheer dad myself, I want to congratulate, I tried to jump in earlier, but congratulate St. Mike's. I know the hard work that takes. And, Trustee Katsinas, you're so right. The parents have a lot to do with it, a lot of driving around and everything. And lastly, there's 41 days till spring.
Trustee Malani.
First, I'd like to congratulate St. Michael's cheerleaders once again on their 18th state championship. That's an incredible feat. And also, many thank yous to our Public Works Department as you dealt with a great deal of snow last week and provided exceptional service. But it's more than just removing snow. It's about keeping our village safe. They managed to coordinate our Snow Angels program with our volunteers. Our communications department worked quickly to get information out to our residents. And our police department worked to help clear roads of vehicles, help tow vehicles, and even help stranded motorists. It's a team effort in Orland Park when it comes to snow events, and I thank everybody that's involved. Thank you.
Trustee Katsinas.
Thank you. I agree with everything you just said about the Public Works. They did an outstanding job. And our director, Joel Van Ness, did an excellent job showcasing the Snow Command on Chicago News. So thank you for that. You did an outstanding job. Showed behind the scene what goes into it, a star in the making. Also, I'd like to shout out to an Orland Park resident who is a gold medal Olympian and is currently competing in the Olympics as we speak, Orland Park's own Kendall Coyne Schofield. She is the captain of the U.S. women's hockey team. They are competing in their 4th game this evening at about 10 o'clock. I reached out and communicated with her father-in-law, who is our fire chief, Mike Schofield, and said there are about 3 more wins until they receive a medal. Kendall has been an incredible role model for young women, both on and off the ice. You know, with her charitable adventures that she does for the communities, just a really solid person, a great leader. So go USA, go Kendall, and hope to see you here in Orland Park with a gold medal. Thank you.
Trustee Radiszewski.
I too want to thank you, Joel, and the whole Public Works and the Police Department for all of the efforts for that snow removal. I mean, that was just such a treacherous storm. You guys did a really great job. I think making sure that we have safe roads is a priority in Orland Park, and you definitely proved that. A press release was issued today on the note when talking about safety to let the public know that Orland Park has been named the 8th safest small city in the United States, an analysis done by MoneyGeek.com. As crime continues to rise in Chicago and surrounding suburbs, they're also rising here too. I mean, I think that we put forth our efforts to keep crime at bay, and winning those awards for our safety really speaks to the volume, of the efforts of our police department. So, thank you very much, Joel Mitchell, Chief Mitchell. We were ranked last year as the safest city in Illinois by Safety.com, and now we're recognized among all the cities in the nation. So, I mean, that's just an amazing award to win. And I also was going to echo what Sean had said about the outdoor cameras. So I guess I don't need to repeat it because you already kind of said that. You stole my thunder. So again, orlandpark.org/watch if you want to sign up, if you have cameras outside and you want to be able to share it with the police. Be greatly appreciated. Join the neighborhood watch. That's it. Thank you, everyone.
Trustee Healy.
I'd just like to follow up, Joel. You've gotten so many compliments tonight on the snow removal. I have one complaint. I tried to steer the guy into my driveway, and he just went right down the street instead of doing it, but I guess that's okay. And I'd like to follow up on Cindy's comments about Kendall Coyne. I've dealt with her personally, and her husband, Mike Schofield, and what a terrific pair. You couldn't ask for better people in Orland Park and better families. They truly are very nice, some great people. I happened to be at their wedding where they toasted with milk, as I recall, versus they are truly all-American people. So that, and then my only other comment is I was just on a personal note, they were stunned over the weekend just meeting with some people, watching a basketball game, and these people are educated shirt-tail relatives, educated finance guy, educated lawyer and all that, who are usually very verbose with things, but then when it comes to talking about politics and things, they support people who want to defund the police, and I go, what's wrong with you people? And they quickly turn off. They don't want to talk about politics. It's just normal for me to run into people with such an apathy toward getting involved in everything, and I think we're all bearing the bad side of that by having the social distress that we do. So if you can find a way to get people unapathetic and get involved and search for answers and be curious as to why, there is a rise in crime in this state, in this country, and why things end up, you got to, hopefully we can get people more curious as to why that's happening and search for their own answers. But thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I would like to thank all of our staff, all the departments that played a role in the snow removal. It's an outstanding job. Joel, Chief Mitchell did say you look better on radio. I do want to thank our Public Works Department for their excellent work last week during the storm. As I know all too well, because I used to do it, it was a very challenging storm. Anytime we get a lot of rain followed by dropping temperatures, it creates ice that is then covered by snow. Combine this with a slow and steady storm with over 12 inches of snow, and it requires many tough hours for our snow team. They did an outstanding job, and we should all be very thankful. I know I am, because we didn't get any calls, which is like unheard of, so fantastic job. Likewise, to our police department, as Trustee Radoszewski said, we were just named the 8th safest small city in the U.S. based on 2021 FBI crime data. These results are not an accident. We achieved these results for several reasons. We support our police department and its officers. We hire the best people. Then we hold ourselves accountable by taking every complaint seriously. We engage our residents and our businesses to make them part of the solution. We invest heavily in investigations so that we're producing so much evidence that the state's attorney has no choice but to prosecute the criminals. We utilize modern technology like license plate readers throughout the village to catch criminals. We worked with Orland Square to implement a youth supervision policy. We require that businesses cooperate with police in their investigations as part of their business licenses. If they don't, they get fined. Guess what? Then they help us, which is exactly what we want. We take advantage of federal programs to hire mental health professionals so they can handle mental health calls and our officers can focus on criminal matters. And most importantly, all of this makes it clear to potential criminals that if they commit a crime in our jurisdiction, they will be caught and they will face consequences for their crimes. These common sense measures, nothing here is rocket science, they work. The results speak for themselves. So, Chief Mitchell, I want to thank you and the police department, as we often do. And in Orland Park, we should be thankful for having so many great departments, but this week in particular for our public works and our police department. Thank you very much. I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Mr. Chairman.
Trustee Compass.
Move to go into executive session for A, approval of minutes, B, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performances, or dismissal of specific village employees, C, collective negotiating matters between the village and its employees or their representatives, or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees, D, pending litigation against, affecting, or on behalf of the village, or when found by the board that such action is probable or imminent.
Second.
Call the roll.
Trustee Compass.
Aye.
Trustee Malani.
Aye.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Reardon.
Aye.
Trustee Rashevsky.
Aye.
Mayor Pika.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Here.
Trustee Malani.
Here.
Trustee Compass.
Here.
Trustee Reardon.
Here.
Trustee Rashewski.
Here.
Mayor Peacock.
Here.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Compass.
I move to approve the memorandum of understanding between the Village of Orland Park, Illinois, the Orland Joint Emergency Telephone System Board, and the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, AFL-CIO, Council 31, Local 368, regarding telecommunicator compensation.
Second.
Call the roll.
Trustee Compass.
Aye.
Trustee Malani.
Aye.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Reardon.
Aye.
Trustee Rashewski.
Aye.
Mayor Peacock.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Compass.
I move to approve the grievance settlement agreement between IBEW and the Village of Orland Park, Illinois, regarding zoning coordinator and code enforcement personnel.
Second.
Call the roll.
Trustee Compass.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Malani.
Aye.
Trustee Reardon.
Aye.
Trustee Rashewski.
Aye.
Mayor Peacock.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Compass.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Call the roll.
Trustee Compass.
Aye.
Trustee Malani.
Aye.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Reardon.
Aye.
Trustee Rashewski.
Aye.
Mayor Peacock.
Aye. We're adjourned.